Beware the stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children's, only dolls. And if you see her in your dream, make sure you never, ever scream. Or is it dreams? Sup fans, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another home video review. And today we'll be quickly covering a freaking movie that I love. I actually really love. I'm a huge fan of this film. And well, Scream Factory, in my opinion, they knocked that out of the park with this release. And today we'll be covering Dead Silence Collector's Edition on 4K Blu-ray. Coming up right now. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright guys, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action. Boom. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to share with friends. Also, hit that bell for notifications because I have sent a lot. Now, before we get on to the review, I actually went up ahead and pre-ordered the bundle for this movie. I love this. This is artwork by Devin Whitehead, so you get this alternate slipcover if you order from Scream Factory. This is the back. We got Mary Shaw. And on the inside here, we got the original poster artwork. And here's the back. Also, spines here. There's the spines here. And the other side for that. We got one side with Mary Shaw and the other side of Billy. Also, I put the regular slipcover on this cool Malco protective cases. I carefully slide it in, so I'll just have this as a nice display piece. Bear the ring light. But yeah, this nice display piece and everything, so yeah. And last but certainly not least, so you know what I'm trying to say, guys. I also got these two posters with the theatrical poster and Devin Whitehead's new artwork, which is beautiful as hell. And I'm not gonna open it for you guys. These are still sealed in the tube, so yeah, I will one of these days like interchange the posters. So one of these posters, one of those will be this, because I love this artwork so much. I had to get it with the new artwork, man, and I'm a huge fan of this film. So yeah. Sorry, I looked at the screen, guys. All right, now let's get on to the review and let's just talk about a few tech specs. So this is a little weird. So Scream Factory, according to Scream Factory, in the packaging and in the press release, this is a new 4K master of the theatrical cut. The unrated cut, unfortunately, it did get a 4K master, but it's exclusively digitally for some reason. This was shot on 35mm, but it had a 2K DI, so it's understandable for movies at the time. Like Freddy vs. Jason was shot in 35mm, but it was done with a 2K DI. So it did say 4K master of the theatrical cut, but I don't know if it's like from the original camera negative or from the 2K digital intermediate. So I'm just gonna assume this is from the 2K digital intermediate. And knowing that I feel that Universal Studios had a hand on this master, I'm just gonna assume it's a 4K upscale. So yeah, from the 2K digital intermediate, and still, I don't think that really matters, man. If it looks good, it looks good. And the aspect ratio is 240:1. And this release has HDR10 and Dolby Vision. I'll be covering the Dolby Vision version. And this release has a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. So let's get on to the video. Even if it's a 4K upscale or a native 4K transfer, I gotta say, holy shit, man. The clarity is great. The grain structure is very concise and consistent. And Jesus, the clarity is sharp. It's pretty sharp. I mean, then again, if you pop in the Blu-ray that goes with this release, you're not gonna see a huge staggering difference, but aside from colors. But other than that, man, this release pops, man. This release just freaking is busted, man. This is great. And one of the things I gotta highlight is the HDR Dolby Vision color grade. And I gotta say, Billy's case, Jamie's car, everything that has to do with bright reds are fucking inky and bloody looking vibrant. Like, especially with the opening credits with the Dead Silence, with the font and with Billy's red ruby lips there. Oh my god. And I gotta say, even though this film is not that colorful, it's very bleak with a lot of teal and cold blues, I still say the HDR helps. It's beautiful. It pops up, and pretty much slight increase in resolution, it is beautiful. So I gotta say, props to Scream Factory for this release, or Universal, whoever, or their collaboration. This is a fantastic picture quality. It's just great. For the audio side, I gotta say, at first I was disappointed that there's no Dolby Atmos mix, but I gotta say this 5.1 mix is beautiful. It feels like an Atmos mix, honestly. And then again, I'm pretty sure my home theater system either up mixed or matrixed the mix to a more fake Atmos mix. But then again, still, even if home video systems don't do that, or if they do, it still sounds beautiful. It sounds Atmos-like. The surround mix is great, especially with the opening scene with Jamie's wife. Just everything, every single like rear speakers, and it gets used. The front speaker is great. The dialogue is crystal clear, and the bass is aggressive. I had to turn on the volume so many times because it was just so loud. But I gotta say that in a good way. It's not badly mixed in my opinion. It is really freaking good. It's a fun 5.1 mix. Yeah, it would have been perfect if it had an Atmos mix, but a 5.1 mix is fine enough as it is for me. And just like with films at home, do not sleep with 5.1 mix, man, because it sounds great. I'm pretty sure someday they're gonna do a re-release of this someday with a Dolby Atmos mix, and I'll go ahead and purchase it again, because why not? For the special features, I gotta say, this is, with the exception of one special feature, everything has been ported over. And I gotta say, there's 3 new special features that are amazing. You get an interview with James Wan, an interview with Lee Winnell, and you also get an interview with a ventriloquist. An expert, or just like or a ventriloquist, an actual ventriloquist, or something, who worked on the film. All I gotta say is that this is an amazing release. These new 3 special features are great. Not only does Lee Winnell and James Wan cover the Dead Silence movie, but they also cover their early careers, how they met in person, and how they became like family, and how they just worked on projects together. And it's honestly, I gotta say, I got a little teary-eyed because it is just wholesome, and just seeing Lee Winnell and James Wan not only give you an honest interview, but they are so energetic, especially James Wan, man. James Wan, is the vibe of him is so good. He is so passionate what he talks about, and he's actually a filmmaker that I really love, and it's just freaking great. The ventriloquist featurette is beautiful too. It is so cool. I love it. I love ventriloquist dummies, so it intrigues me. And the legacy special features are just great. You get a nice dose of all that stuff with like the practical effects and VFX and before and after stuff with the featurettes, behind the scenes featurette, of course. And the only thing that is missing is the music video. But other than that, I wouldn't miss it. It's on YouTube anyways, and it's not a deal breaker for me, especially understandably. I can see why Screen Factory couldn't include the music video because rights issues and the music companies and all that shit, they're way more stingier than studio releases and all that stuff. And before I wrap this video up, I'm gonna just say that only the theatrical cut gets a 4K release, and you know, as somebody who prefers the theatrical cut over the unrated cut, I do wish for people who enjoy the unrated cut had the 4K release. And I did reach out to Shout Factory, and this is what they actually told me via email. There's a surprising lack of leniency in the licensing of what we're allowed to distribute in 4K. And they also said, thank you for recommending us Jennifer's Body, so cool, hopefully they go with that. And I believe the reason why we didn't get the unrated cut on 4K is because Universal just decided to, you know what, you get only theatrical cut, and we'll handle the unrated cut. Because I've noticed that a lot of studios are being a bit too hands-on, and not just Screen Factory, but on Criterion, especially Criterion with Paramount and Criterion and with everybody, especially Paramount Studios. They want in on this 4K stuff, and I can see why they want the boutiques to cut corners in some areas. And yeah, with Criterion, Arrow, and Shout Factory, and I believe maybe, no, I don't think Vinegar Syndrome, but with Kino Lorber, it's not just Screen Factory cutting corners. I think that a lot of boutique labels are cutting corners because I believe the studios are being more hands-on with this stuff. They want to be more hands-on, and I believe this is one of those sad cases where, pretty sure from the email that I got, Shout Factory wanted to include both cuts on 4K, but unfortunately Universal, this is my theory, Universal came in, and it happens. It actually happens. I've been a fan of theirs, and I followed their history, been in their interviews and all that stuff, but I feel that Universal stepped in and they're like, no, you get theatrical and we'll do unrated, because the unrated cut is available digitally for everybody to buy. So that is sus, but I'd say that I mostly blame this on the studio, like Universal Studio, not mostly on Screen Factory, because Screen Factory, I'm pretty sure they would have loved to include both cuts on 4K easily, but yeah, like Universal probably just stepped in and wanted to have a slice of the pie. And I'm not surprised, because Paramount has been doing it a lot. Basically, boutique labels get a Blu-ray licensing and they'll do the 4K licensing. So I cringe a lot with Paramount. But overall, I say it's not a big deal for me. If it's gonna be a deal breaker for the unrated cut fans, sorry. I mean, I'm so sorry about that. But I'm a fan of the theatrical cut. I prefer the theatrical cut over the unrated cut personally. That's a video for another time. But for me, there's no big loss. But for people who wanted to buy the unrated cut on 4K, I'd say maybe just wait for Scream Factory to put out a re-release of it. You know, maybe they could do this new definitive edition lining, you know, for selective releases they released before and just actually go all out. I can think of a few titles for them to re-release and give extra love for that. Even though I'm happy with the current versions they put out, you know, if there were some improvements they could have done, I'd say go for it. Like, I'm pretty sure I would love to buy Dead Silence if they released Dead Silence on 4K with the unrated cut on 4K and with an Atmos mix and maybe a few more special features. I'll jump right in, man. I'll hop on in. But currently, I am super satisfied with this release. So for video, I'm actually gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Even if it's not a native 4K transfer, this release just pops, man. This is beautiful as hell. For audio, I give it a 10 out of 10. Even if this probably is a recycled 5.1 mix, this mix holds up well and it's just beautiful, man. It's freaking awesome. And for special features, 10 out of 10. Despite missing that music video, everything else is poured over, and when we get the new stuff especially, it is just wholesome and awesome, and I'd say it's just worth it. So yeah, that is just wraps up my review for Dead Silence on 4K by Scream Factory. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys so much for watching my video. So let me know down in the comment section below, have you guys purchased this release? What you guys think of it? Please let me know down in the comment section down below, like your opinions on it. This is Javi from Javi Productions signing off, and hope you guys enjoyed the show.